So it's Good Friday, and you're enjoying this nice service and putting out candles or lighting candles, or there's candles. That's all you care about when it's getting darker. And there's some mood music going on, and you're kind of starting to feel bad. And then you're singing a song, and all of a sudden, boom! Chow! What is going on, Paul? What is that? It doesn't happen everywhere. I don't think it has to happen, but what's going on there? What's that sound at the end that you might hear at a church? I would say kids out there that have never gone to the Good Friday service, listen up. I think this kind of gets you going, right? You want to go because you just want to hear what the sound is, or if you can do it successfully. What do you got, Paul?
Yeah. So it is, if I understand it right, it's supposed to be the sound of the closing of the tomb, right? The sealing of the tomb. And they got some fancy name for it. I don't do it. I've never done it.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Why don't you do it?
I don't know. I didn't grow up doing it. No, it's like literally, I think it's it. Like, so the end of the service, the way I end Good Friday is we have just one candle on the altar, just a single one at the end, right? And I have the acolyte take it out. And so it's like a slow recession, whatever. The candle leaves, and that's it. And so the service just ends in silence and darkness. So we don't do the big slamming scare thing. I don't know where that came in. I don't know. You guys do it, right? Ross, you do it?
No, we don't. Actually, St. Peter's used to do it. But when I got here, I switched over to the chief service instead of the Tenebrae. And there's no spot in the
I kind of do a hybrid thing. I do the chief service.
Yeah.
And I think we still do like the darkening of things.
Yeah, we do the service in the dark. Yeah, well, at my first parish though, they did it, and I used I had to find a big book, so I have two really big books, and one I chose to use was the Concordia Triglot from the 1940s, and you just kind of slam it down on the altar, and everybody's like, "Whoa!" If they were asleep, they're not anymore. But I don't do that here.
Okay, so this is on you, Joel.
Really?
Apparently.
So, I mean, I do
the reproaches from God, you know.
Yeah, I do those.
I love the. I do a hybrid too. We call it Tenebrae. Read through the lessons there and put the candles out. Sermon and the reproaches, I think, are. I was gonna say fun.
Lessons and carols with candles, just like Christmas.
I can't say it enough, man. You got to do a Christmas Eve service, candlelight service on Good Friday, and see if anybody notices, or they start saying, "I like this a lot better."
This was
dressing in Silent Night.
Wasn't nearly as
start doing a strepitus on Christmas Eve, like after you end a Silent Night. Just slam the book down. Like,
I'm not joking. Someone needs to do that
for our hearers. By the way, that's what that's called, right, Ross?
Strepitus. Yeah,
strepitus. Oh, that's what they call.
Not to be confused with streptococcus. Yeah.
Yes, not streptococcus. Don't worry if they say there's a strepitus. Don't stay away because you don't want to get sick. It's
strep throat.
Exactly.
It's a loud din
slamming the closing of the tomb, and historically, I need to find it. I can't find like the origin of
where
this.
It came from. I did find someone asked on a Reddit page. I think they asked, "What are some things to do for
my girlfriend
the strepitus
when we're doing the strepitus?"
Right, and someone said, "Well, could you get like some thunder paper, or maybe you could have everybody like shuffle and stomp their feet in unison?" And someone else was like, "Just slam a heavy book down." Like this guy's like, "Get some thunder paper." Like
thunder.
What's thunder paper exactly?
Like the stuff that they used back in the day for like sound effects that you hold it and makes the sound of thunder.
Oh,
wow!
So like
into the microphone.
A sheet of like sheet metal.
A sheet of sheet metal. Yeah, something like that.
I just
so thunder paper.
It is a crashing. Paper. This is Latin for wild din, which we should just call it that. So the strepitus, wild din.
Wild din.
Noise, racket, crash, the closing of the tomb, etc. I was on something where someone was talking about all the ways you can do it. So Paul, you've never done it as a pastor?
Nope.
Ross, you used to a couple times, not since you've been here at this church.
Right.
Your wife's scary as you.
So if you don't tell people about this is something you don't introduce, right? You don't just sort of like, hey, I'm going to do this.
No, maybe that's exactly what you do.
I think you should do that.
Scare the hell out of them all.
I think.
Wow.
I mean,
I tell you what, if I do that at my church, someone is going to pull a concealed carry weapon and think that it's today's the day.
pastor's been shot.
I've been training my whole life for this
moment.
They shot Jesus.
So what you're saying is, right after you drop the book, you got to fall down behind the altar.
Yeah,
get down.
Because I tell you what, they'll be about.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good point not to do it. All right. Hey, if anybody's got some stories about that, also I'd love to hear for pastors out there listening, things that you have done, the craziest ways that you have created that sound. It's usually you grab a big book and you drop it on some sort of you slam a door, you drop a book on a hollow surface, hopefully. And sometimes it doesn't work out as well as you'd like. And it sounds like wasn't much of a tombstone that they put over Jesus, or you slip. I've had a slip before where the large altar book, I bring it down, it kind of slips out. It's like, and then
where you hit it like hit it sideways, so it like becomes more of a thump.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like a go ahead.
In my quick little look here, it looks like it's clearly tied to the Tenebrae service, which really looks like it was started to be developed at the end of the 50s, early 60s. So you get Second Vatican Council becomes like a moral right to the church, and then the Western Church then obviously takes it up as a
so it's a recent
normal thing. I think so. So it's more recent.
I hate those things.
It looks like.
So they brought us the Strepitus
recent.
and individual cups. Vatican II. Awesome.
It was because they were sick of doing home calls, so they just wanted to take out all their elderly members by scaring the crap out of them.
It's the big one, Martha.
I could be totally wrong.
I'm sure you're not.
That's my
get that from Google.
Quick,
that's got to be right.
You've brought more facts into it than anybody else.
Also, the election was
so.
stolen. Okay, next topic.
And the lizard people are taking over.